Some say white paint is boring.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. Today we're going to take this white to wow white.
Exactly. We are going to take that white and we are going to make it the opposite of boring. Wow is about as well articulated and well felt as I've ever heard you express. This is going to look good.
Yeah, it's a bright white. Right now it's just white. It's actually beige. But the reason it's beige is there's contamination on it. We're going to be doing a slightly different decontamination and protection. You've seen us do all parts of this, but not this particular combination.
I don't even know what this combination is, Ivan. You're going to teach me and the viewers as we go.
Right.
I like to teach and talk and show. Let's do it all at once. I don't think we have any loud machines that are going to prevent us from hearing as you lay the Rinseless wash on the surface.
Right. And speaking of laying the Rinseless wash on the surface, I'm going to start on the hood. Now, as I start to put the Rinseless on the surface, we're going to get Sylvie doing a little close-up here, because there's a lot of traffic film and dirt on this side, and you'll see just how it's emulsifying the dirt, and the droplets actually hold that dirt in and off the surface. And Nick, your keg is fully charged on the other side if you want.
Okay, so I can lay some Rinseless wash on the surface as well. If folks have never tried Rinseless wash, why would they use it, Ivan? White paint, black paint, motorcycles, scooters, ATVs. You can use Rinseless wash on anything. It's really an all-purpose wonder. It's not an all-purpose cleaner, although in a lot of ways it is.
So back here, you can see just how stuck on this dirt is, but also, look on that bumper, how in the droplets of water we see lifting the dirt off the surface. That's what Rinseless wash does. And that's why we're doing this pre-wash. Now, this is rinseless wash. It doesn't mean no rinsing. We will be rinsing. We're going to add a couple drops of iron remover, because these wheels definitely look like they need it.
I wanted to kind of get your clarification on this. All Clean literally is our all-purpose cleaner.
Right.
But I view Rinseless wash as our all-purpose cleaner because it's like the most versatile chemical we have.
Right.
Talk about the difference between Rinseless wash and All Clean. They're very different.
So All Clean is surfactant based, whereas our Rinseless is polymer and surfactant. And All Clean is a lot stronger. So think of Rinseless wash as the gentle alternative. But sometimes you need a little more force.
That's true.
Rinseless wash is like an earbud. You can wear it anywhere. It's not offensive to anyone. It's not obtrusive. But if you really want that sound, get those big column speakers. That's what this is.
As Ivan does the wheels, I'm looking at bug guts on the side mirrors here and then on this front bumper. Would you ever spice it up and throw a little All Clean on the front bumper as part of the pre-treat, or are we really going to let Rinseless wash do the work for us?
Let's take a look. There's a few bugs there, but no, Rinseless wash will do a great job on these.
Because we're going to leverage the rinse chemical method, right?
Right.
Okay, you promised a new method. We do teach the foam rinse chemical method here at DIY Detail. It's a fantastic way to emulsify everything on the surface.
Yeah.
Rinse it off safely, then we add the product again before the contact wash. Wait, we're gonna do the wheels first, I think. Or Ivan.
Well, we always have to rinse first. So this is a neat little toy that basically is just an adapter you put on your hose that you can put pressure washer tips on. This has one advantage, one disadvantage. One disadvantage is there's no valve, so you have to go turn it on. But the other advantage is this uses a lot less water.
Than a pressure washer?
Right. No, not than a pressure washer, but than a regular garden hose. For those of you that don't have a pressure washer, this will actually give us a fair bit of pressure, but a lot less volume, so we're using a lot less water.
And this is the thing you were promising that was new.
No.
Oh no, this is just a little treat.
Yeah, so go for it, Nick. We're rinsing off the Rinseless. Tell them about that, Nick.
It's the rinse chemical method, which means we put our chemical on, we let it emulsify the dirt, we let it break down the bug guts, we let it work on whatever grit is on there. But if we were to just wash right away, we're still going to be driving it in with our wash media. We don't want that. What we want to do is effectively suspend that dirt, that grit, and then flush it off nicely. This is the safest way to pre-treat your panels before the contact wash. As soon as you get a towel, as soon as you get a sponge up onto this paint, you risk marring or scratching if you don't take the proper steps. So we are flushing the paint, but not before we pre-treated it. Ivan, how are you liking that attachment? I feel like you're working a little slower than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, well, less water does mean I'm moving a little slower, but at the same time, it is doing what we need it to do. It's not a new technology. It's been around for 30 years, people. Just now it's starting to become more and more mainstream because people are realizing just how good a rinseless wash can be.
So, I'm hearing from Ivan. Try it, and then come back with questions if it's not working for you. But
Try it first. It's time to get off the couch. Stop overanalyzing. And rinseless wash your ride, Ivan. Get in here and tell them
how much you love rinseless wash.
Like, you know, there's two types of people in the world.
Oh, really?
Yes, those that use a rinseless wash and those that haven't tried it yet.
why is rinseless wash faster?
It's simpler, it's easier, and yes, it is faster because of a few different aspects of it. And one of them is the fact that you're not rinsing that last rinse. Now, in today's video, we actually will be doing another rinse, but that's because of the way we're going to be decontaminating this paint.
Somehow I was ahead of the game. I already had pre-diluted my rinseless wash. It magically happened. It may not have been me. It was Sylvie, I admit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sylvie. Look at how dark these beads are. This is a case where I already went over with the red. That looks a little dirty, right? If I can see, and it's still apparent on white paint, if I can see a murky, dark color in my rinseless wash solution, I'll do the double foam method. Ooh, did I just invent that? The double foam method? I don't think so.
No.
Tell me what's going on here.
So basically, the rinseless wash sponge, the legacy sponge, we don't take it out of our bucket soaking wet. What we do is squeeze it until it's on the verge of dripping. At that point, when we take it across the surface, it's actually, as you can see, all the water that's on there, it's lifting that water and the accompanying dirt into the sponge. From there, if we still see a bit of dirt inside the droplets, like there, we can take our sponge and go over another time. It's going to absorb more of that dirt into the sponge. And now you're saying, well, yeah, but the dirt's in the sponge. Where does it go from there? It goes into the bucket. Look at this door. Look how dirty the door is. It's disgusting. There's a lot of traffic film there. There's no more grit. There's just traffic film. Let's take the red side, and just the red side, and go over this. And I got no pressure on the sponge. You're just gliding the sponge across the surface. Make sure you're using nice straight lines. Now take a look at this sponge, how dirty it is. Now I'm gonna go over this with the other side. And as I'm going over it, you see the panels getting cleaner and cleaner. Now this sponge, I wouldn't put this back on paint, but I would put it in my bucket. I'm just gonna drop it, touch it to the surface, and as I'm squeezing, it's driving all that dirt out of the sponge, and now I have a clean sponge again. And don't worry, the grit or anything that's in there is now below the grit guard. How's it going on your side, Nick?
I'm aghast at how dirty this is, and I'm shocked in a great way at how much this is cleaning up. I just actually did the driver's door.
Yeah.
And it's wild. If it's not white paint and you can't see this, are you endangering things by not getting that second wash pass? I mean, I'm almost thinking I need a third wash pass because I did one with the red, one with the black. So let me just try one more. I guess you could just go until these water beads are clear, yeah?
The other thing is when you look at your sponge, taking it off the surface, if you do the red side first, you can tell if the sponge is looking clean, then you know the surface is also clean.
Okay.
So if you're dealing with a brown car or a black car or a car that you can't see the dirt on it, that's an easy way to do it.
So I'm hearing Ivan say use the red side first when in doubt. Is that what you were saying?
Correct, yeah.
I'm watching, I'm on camera, I'm listening, but I'm trying to learn as well. So I'm gonna use the red side first. assuming I couldn't see the color of this paint, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's probably fine. But I'm checking the paint and like, whoa, that's kind of dirty. I may just do one of these numbers. I mean, you're not gonna hurt anything. If you're the kind of person who's like, I wanna do the extra safe wash, it probably never hurts to use both sides of foam, right, Ivan?
Right.
I'm splitting this up into like 2 sections. I mean, this is very dirty, Ivan. Am I overthinking that too?
No, better to err on the side of caution than to be reckless.
There you go. Yeah, because now all the beading is pretty much white and clean and clear, so I feel like I'm ready for the next section.
On the back here, this was extremely dirty.
Whereas upper areas like this are dirty but not crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that rear is nasty, Ivan. No pressure on the sponge, leveraging the lubrication of the rinseless wash on the surface. Knowing that it's safe, effective, knowing that Ivan LaCroix uses it too. It's like, if this is the stuff Ivan uses, I'm in the club now.
There you go.
Is white paint different than other paint?
It's exactly the same. It's just you can see the dirt on it.
I like white paint because it feels like it stays cleaner longer, but that's maybe just my eye. Obviously, every paint gets as dirty as white.
Right, it looks a little cleaner until you actually wash it.
Yeah.
And then once you wash it, it's like, what happened here?
This looks like I just hit the lowers of a work truck or something. This was just the, so I'm gonna try this, the black. I went red, now I'm going black. No pressure, gonna work that section. So easy in my hand, no pressure points because of how fat this sponge is. And that's looking good. I'm gonna dunk one more time for this final section just to be extra safe.
So this is really a case of traffic film because it was on the lowers.
What is traffic film?
It's an accumulation of oils and greases and effluent from vehicles, all sorts of things. On the roof here, in these large bubbles, you can see how it's lifted the dirt off the surface. I haven't touched these yet with a sponge. Now when we go across with a sponge, I'm lifting off the majority of that water and dirt into the sponge, but it's still dirty. So we'll go across it one more time. And that's gonna have to come off with the decontamination towel.
Yeah, how do you know when to let it be and not to put extra pressure on there and just to let the decon towel, which is our next step in a deep clean, how do you know when to let it be?
Pressure is never your friend.
So if it doesn't come off with the regular wash, then except it could be something that comes off in the next step.
Right, now, we left the front bumper till last for a reason. Had those bug guts on it. And this front end has paint protection film on it. Paint protection film really holds on to bug guts very well. If it's not ceramic coated, and this one is definitely not ceramic coated. So we're gonna get it clean. There may be the odd little bug gut left. If there is, our decontamination towel is gonna take care of that for us. Now we have some people commenting, Nick, that when they're washing with the rinseless, their drying towel gets dirty. If your drying towel is getting dirty, it's because of that additional dirt on the surface, second pass with the sponge, and you've taken care of it. I've got my little ladder over here. I'm gonna start with our quad fold towel. One spray of iron remover on the towel, one spray on the panel, match them up, and hear and feel that contamination. Wow.
Are you doing this with just water on the surface, Ivan? Is that something people can do?
No. Rinseless wash. We're leveraging the lubrication of the rinseless wash and the lubrication of the iron remover in order to get great decontamination, and especially on white paint. We're definitely going to improve the look and brighten it up because white paint is susceptible to rust forming on it. And that rust, we don't really see it. It's there. It's just little red streaks that we see once in a while. But what happens is it's all over the paint. And a white paint doesn't get warm enough to evacuate or to evaporate the moisture on its surface. Meaning that a was already on the next step. I sprayed in a line instead of spraying a direct spray, but I know where I put it, so I'm good. But basically, it never gets warm enough to evaporate the water, so the water and the little particles of metal stay on there longer, meaning they rust faster. And that little rust is what we see as a dull finish on a white paint.
If you're a detailer, like a pro detailer, and you decontaminate white paint, you don't even need to polish it, you will brighten it up. I know it brightens up every paint for whatever reason, Ivan.
Yeah.
You may have just explained it as I was zoning in, I didn't quite hear what you said. But it really makes the paint shine up when you pluck the above surface contaminants.
Right. And always decontaminate your windows. Going to another quadrant of the quad fold towel.
I'm using extra passes, I'm not using extra pressure.
Yeah.
So if I have to go 8 passes instead of 2, and I see something on that paint, I'm not doing any extra pressure. I'm not putting it, I don't even have to look at the surface as I'm doing it. The example being, if you have the right lubrication and you have the right technology, which is this towel folded in 4, soaking in your wash bucket, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna do the job for you.
And that sound is me decontaminating the plastics as well.
And what about glass? Do I need to use the iron remover on glass, or can I just use the rinseless?
You just use the rinseless, but the iron remover never hurts.
What is the iron remover for then?
Well, removing the iron contamination on the paint. Now, some of you are probably already writing in the comments below, and if you're subscribed, you're probably not writing this. But if you're not subscribed, why aren't you? You don't need to polish after doing this. This is completely safe. We've engineered this whole system to work together. The rinseless wash combined with the iron remover creates a beautiful bed of lubrication for the decontamination towel. You can see it's sudsing up just a little bit. That sudsing is because there are surfactants in our iron remover that help it clean a little bit more, but also provide the lubrication that we so desperately need and want.
As much as I wanted to go after the front bumper bug guts, we are going to let the chemical do as much of the dwell time and the breaking down of the bug etching or whatever's going on there. I'm waiting till the end for that, Ivan, because I'm not worried about it drying on the paint. Now, if I were in direct sunlight, I would say, do I have all clean on that front bumper? No, it's just rinseless wash. Can it dry in direct sunlight? The answer is absolutely yes. Folks do freak out about things drying in direct sunlight. They should be very mindful of the sun. What should they know about? Can it dry, can it not, Ivan?
So the DIY iron remover can definitely dry in sunlight. It's not a problem. It'll easily rinse off. Now, do you want to purposely make it dry? Of course not. But if it does, it's not the end of the world. There's nothing to freak out about. There's a big difference between drying and baking or cooking.
Elaborate on that.
I wouldn't spray it on a black car in direct sunlight that hasn't been rinsed off first.
Okay.
Black car in direct sunlight in Arizona, you could probably cook your lunch on the paint. Assuming you're having eggs.
I mean, coming from where we were at before, Ivan, with this this trunk, this hatch,
Yeah.
and just watching the way that this towel is just deeply cleaning. I mean, that's what I feel like it's doing right now. Is we are just shaving off excess. We're like exfoliating the paint here.
Yeah.
Giving it kind of the spa day, the spa treatment that it needed and deserved.
Right. Redunk my towel because we're at that point. And if you come here, I sprayed a bit of the iron remover just in this corner here. See all these red streaks? Yeah. That's what people look for when they're using iron remover. I want to see those red streaks. That's what happens when you just spray it on and let it rinse. What doesn't happen though is this is breaking down the rust around that little particle of iron. It's not removing the particle of iron. Iron remover is a very bad name that we inherited from the industry, and SEO obliges that we use that name if we want people to find the product. But in reality, it should be called a rust converter, because that's really what it's doing. By doing this, we're actually taking away that little ball of iron, and in doing so, now we have decontaminated paint. Now this car obviously does not have a ceramic coating on it, just by the way it's behaving. But if your car has a ceramic coating, this is a great maintenance thing to do. Are you gonna do this at every wash? Please don't. You don't need to. But once every 3 or 4 months, by all means, go for it. If you look here, we still do have red streaking. Once the decontamination towel has removed the iron from on the surface, there's still the little rust stains, and we can see a nice red streak coming out of here. So it's still working, it's on the surface, but we've removed the biggest obstacle to the iron remover actually working, which is that piece of iron. How's it going out there, Nick?
Good. You can tell a lot about how someone maintains their vehicle as you wash it. This is a very well maintained Subaru. Yeah, it was dirty, but I'm watching things on this roof come off with just a few passes of the decon towel that if this hadn't been washed in 2 months, these would not be coming off.
No.
I mean, these would be those kind of stuck tree sap bits that never, move, and you kind of wonder, how am I going to address this? Is it a tree sap remover? Is it polish? Am I going to risk it for the biscuit and pluck it with my fingernail? There are times when things get really stuck on, Ivan, and you know what I mean. I'm talking about neglected paint. This is not that at all.
Yeah.
And I love how well everything's coming off with no effort. And our products work great on disaster vehicles too.
Right.
I just like to work when it is easy versus a challenge. I like challenges sometimes, but when I'm washing the car, Ivan, I just want everything to be easy, and this is just doing exactly what I want it to do.
Yeah. And speaking of easy, all these bug guts on the front end, one spray on the towel, one spray there, and just lightly going over them with the decontamination towel, no pressure, they just shave right off. Maybe an extra pass here or there. Don't be tempted to put your pressure on it and squeeze. No, just go over lightly. One little pass, maybe an extra pass is all you need. So this is the paint protection film bubbling up here. There's nothing we can do for that, unfortunately. And yes, we are decontaminating paint protection film. It's safe to do, it's easy to do, and you should do it. Ready to rinse, Nick?
I'm not only ready to rinse, I'm ready to see what this secret method you have is.
Well, you grab the hose, I'll light it up for you. That way you can try this too.
All right, I'm gonna start from the back and work to the front.
Are you ready to feel the power?
I am ready to feel the power, bring it on. Oh, there's not a lot of power, is it? I mean, I don't hate it. I'd probably benefit from this ladder, huh?
Probably would, yes.
I have a rinsing strategy, which is top to bottom, but I'm leveraging these roof racks to try to get it all the way to the front. This is just not what I'm used to in terms of a pressure washer, Ivan.
Yeah, and let's stop there for a second. Let's try you with a 25-degree tip instead of the 40-degree tip.
Okay. So same attachment,
Yeah.
different tip. I'll point it away from the vehicle as you turn it on. Smart.
Always a safe thing to do.
Yeah.
Even with low pressure.
Okay, 25-degree tip.
A little better?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit better. I think I'm gonna have to break this vehicle up a little bit though, unfortunately, which is okay. Top to bottom. Still a lot less water than we're used to around here, which is nice. If you were being systematic, where would you go from here in the rinse?
Well, since your hose is on the driver's side, follow the hose to the front.
Okay. I like it, I don't love it.
It's an alternative for people. The whole idea when rinsing off iron remover is to get rid of that little sudsy look.
Yep.
And when you've gotten rid of the suds, you know you've gotten rid of the iron remover. So even if it's dried on the surface, not a big deal.
I like that we're testing things. I don't love this when compared to a pressure washer. A pressure washer feels a lot faster to me.
It is a little faster, but you're also using a lot more water. I've just had to squeegee once.
Really?
There's almost no water underneath the vehicle. So there is an advantage to this thing.
Okay.
Rinseless to the wheels on this side.
You talk about how there's a lot of right ways to detail, because we could have done the wheels maybe in a different order.
Right. There's no absolute, this is the best way to detail. There's a lot of really good ways, and we like to feature different methods and different ways to do it for you so that you have alternatives. Like, example, what we're using here. Not everyone has a pressure washer. You might have access to a hose, and that's all you need. It may look like we have nothing on the wheels, but we actually have rinseless wash on the wheels, providing excellent lubrication for us to clean them with our wheel and body brush.
So Ivan, the water behavior on the paint doesn't look half bad.
No, but we're gonna give it more protection, and that protection is with quick beads. Now, we're using what has been coined in the industry as the Kiev shower, and that's this little thing here. So it goes on a pressure washer, but we're gonna try it on this little hose attachment here. So let's see how this works.
Cars with Kiev, our friend, has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He's the one who told us about it, and it looks pretty slick. I told Ivan, I'm like, well, if you're gonna throw out one accessory, I wanna see another one. Let's make it a fun video. So, quick beads, Ivan.
Yeah.
The art of the glancing spray. I apply a little too much.
Yeah. The art of the glancing spray, and yes, he is applying too much, because I'm gonna be spreading it using the water.
Okay, so glancing. We're glancing. Taking a look? No, we're just glancing. We're not
Don't forget the
staring.
wheels while you're there.
All right, we're just a glance. Do you have to make arm movements when you glance, or?
Yeah, you can do your artful movement if you'd like.
I feel like this is a pretty decent glance.
Yeah, but 2 sprays per panel is better than 4.
Okay. So I'm just gonna leave it there.
No, go all around the vehicle.
Okay, and tell them about quick beads while I'm applying it on the paint.
So Quick Beads is a graphene oxide infused ceramic sealant, and it is activated by water. You have your choice of using pressure or volume. We're gonna be using volume here instead of pressure. One of the things that it does very well is it is a drying aid, and it needs to be towel dried after. And the reason for the towel drying is we still have quick beads on the surface. It needs to be activated by water. That's how we're spreading it. So between where the glancing spray is landed, I'm going to be spreading this to those areas. Next up, it's great on wheels. If you haven't used quick beads on wheels, if you're never having another use for it, use it on wheels.
You're giving me anxiety, Ivan. You can't let it sit this long. We gotta rinse. We gotta rinse.
Well, actually, why don't you throw some on the roof there?
All right.
While you're there.
Because there is an issue with folks who let it sit for too long and do this in direct sunlight. So I'm just trying to help folks know.
Yeah.
Ivan is this is willy-nilly as I've ever seen you let quick beads sit on the paint before.
Well, we're dealing with a white car in a controlled environment, so I'm not stressed out about it. If, for some reason, we're outside in the sun, of course, we would just do a couple panels or even one side at a time. This is actually pretty good. So you'll notice there's a bit of sudsing going on. You can see it on the window. You probably can't see it on the panels because they're white. But I'm pushing that sudsing along the vehicle at about a 45-degree angle, and this is spreading the quick beads everywhere on the vehicle.
Look at the water behavior as the beads just kind of cling to the. It looks almost like ceramic coated paint here, Ivan.
Well, it is ceramic infused. Now, is it as durable as a ceramic coating? Of course not. But a well-maintained vehicle like this, a lot of people are seeing at least 6 months out of this. Now, you did the hood, Nick?
I did the hood.
Okay. So the hood, I like to do from the front back to use gravity with me. Let me just do the front end here. See the sudsing in the grill? Nick probably put a little more in the grill, which is a normal thing to do because it's hard to protect a grill. Now, I'm going to drive that wall or wave of suds up the hood. And there we go. Now the hood is protected. Let me go down this side. And then for the roof, I'm going to drive it from the back to the front.
Are you getting more volume with this tool?
You tell me, you're the one squeegeeing.
Yeah, it's squeegee city over here.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it's helping you rinse faster.
Yeah. Now, once you've gone around the vehicle with this is one area where people make a mistake with quick beads. They think they've done it. You need to rinse down afterwards. We've spread it, now we're gonna rinse it down. And you'll notice I have less beads on the surface now, but a lot drier vehicle at the same time.
This is like a river, Ivan. Shut this thing off.
Well, almost there.
This is a lot of water.
Yeah, so look at the hood, how we've got great beading on it, but I want to rinse off that excess water, making it easier to dry.
I can't keep up. Go back to the pressure washer.
Yeah. So you can see how drier the hood is now.
Well, thanks to Cars with Key, we've learned a lot about how amazing and how much water that attachment provides. But it is pretty cool. I think I want to get one for my own setup back in Utah.
Right, so if you don't have a speed bump preventing your water making it to the drain, it'd probably be a really good thing.
We use quick beads as our drying aid. If you haven't done this before, it is so slick under the towel as you dry. How do you describe it, Ivan? Because it's not something that folks can feel without actually doing it.
The paint feels velvety. That's my best description. If you're not old enough to know what velvet is, I'm sorry. But
one quick little thing I do, I like to prime my drying blanket on glass.
yeah,
Is it necessary? Is it unnecessary, Ivan? What do you think?
I don't do that. I don't see it as necessary. I just start drying the car. The drying blanket is absorbent, whether it's dry or damp.
I find that when it's a little damp, it just sucks up the water more efficiently. And I don't want to take a couple panels to get there. I just want it to work for me right away. But obviously I'm looking at your panel and it's totally dry. So yeah, maybe unnecessary, but one of my
fun
little
anyways.
quirks.
We're here to have fun, Nick, so.
Yeah, and I just feel like this dries better when it's kind of wet.
And Nick and I have done the math before. This will hold a gallon of water.
Just about a gallon, which is a lot. It means it dries very effectively. And then just either hang dry it in your shop, or if you don't want any of the ceramic to bond in there, just go ahead and launder it immediately or soak it in a wash bucket first. I just launder immediately at home.
Yeah.
But if you're running a detail business, you may not have time to launder it right away. So what would you do to prevent anything from, I don't know, making this like unable to suck up your excess moisture? Because I've never had that happen with a drying blanket, actually.
No, we've never had that happen. The ones we have in our hands, this is probably the 10th car they've dried in the last couple days, and they're still doing a great job.
Yeah, I don't overthink that part of it at all. So if we had issues, I would address it, but the drying blanket doesn't seem to have those issues.
No. Now, we do wash our towels in Renaissance.
What is Renaissance?
So Detalco makes a microfiber washing solution that's spectacular. It's so good that it stopped us in our tracks with the R&D of our own towel washing solution. We stopped, we tried Renaissance, and we said, that's it.
It works great. It really does.
I've tried all sorts of different ones over the years, and it's not even in the same league as the other ones.
That's a ringing endorsement coming from you.
Yeah, it is.
What does it do well? Like, what makes a good microfiber wash detergent?
It literally does restore the towel's beating. Leaves them nice and soft and extremely absorbent.
If you're gonna use a drying blanket, it's a lot of towel.
Yeah.
So I always am gonna focus on, even if my technique's not perfect, I'm not trying to win any technique awards here, although I wanna be good at what I do. Anchor the towel with an upper hand, right, Ivan?
Yeah.
Just keep this as an anchor so that you're not just like down here and then all of a sudden it flips over and hits the ground. Because that's where towels go into the towel graveyard sometimes.
Yes.
You just almost feel like it's worth throwing away instead of laundering, you know? We don't want our nice drying, you know what you paid for this.
Right, and you know, in this shop, the floor is clean. It gets squeegeed very, very often. But still, a towel gets dropped on the floor, it's definitely going in the laundry basket, and it gets inspected before that. Because if there's any sort of gravel or grit in a microfiber towel, microfiber holds on to dirt, holds onto it very well. We dried the car, we're not done yet. We have one other step to do. I promised something different, I promised even more gloss, that's what we're doing. The next step, Envy ceramic sealant. While we're playing around with new toys, I have the Pro Team X.
And off Amazon, the SPTA something dual action sander.
We'll have links down below. But 2 sprays in a brand new dry pad. Well, mine's new, yours has a bit of life, but
Not lightly damp like we teach with the wash.
This is just a damp pad.
right. And now we're gonna start them off slowly because until the pad gets primed, you may get just a little bit of sling.
I'm gonna just get this towel off there.
And we just dial yours back to like speed 3.
Okay.
We'll ramp the speed up until we get backing plate rotation. You don't need to go any further than that.
So start on a lower speed.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one always starts at speed 1.
What are we doing here and why though? I mean, I get the idea, but let's explain to people why the heck would we do this?
We're spreading ceramic envy over the surface and doing it by machine. That will brighten up the surface a little more. The pad actually has a bit of cut to it. So we'll be doing that. We're combining the ceramic envy with the quick beads that's on the surface that helped us dry the vehicle, and we're gonna get a little more durability, a lot more gloss, and really good slickness. Let's go.
This machine's pretty quiet, Ivan.
Yeah, they both are actually.
Now, you could just spray on Envy ceramic sealant, call it a day.
Yeah, you can spray and wipe, but people like having fun with toys.
Yes, they do. And if you're looking for an excuse to go buy something off Amazon, like a dual action sander, which could allow you to apply the adhesion for motor polish, or show winning wax and Envy ceramic sealant, Ivan's giving you full permission to do so. How many passes?
A couple passes until it's almost dry, like it is now, and then just level it like we would a ceramic coating.
And this is brightening the paint, and it's also going to make the sealant adhere better, or just gloss? Like, what are the benefits again?
We are adhering the sealant better to the surface.
Because of what, the mechanical movement?
Yeah,
or
the mechanical action.
Awesome. This is like polishing for beginners. So if you haven't ever polished paint before, you're afraid of it, you're not sure what's going to happen, this is a dummy simple way to start, Ivan.
Right. And I'm doing the black trim as well. We want to protect and gloss that up as well. The headlight.
Did you apply 2 sprays for the next time too?
1.
Okay, I went 2. That sounds like something I do. That was too much.
Now that our pad is primed with the 2 sprays, think of it as 1 spray per panel.
It may sound like I'm putting pressure on the machine. I'm really not.
No.
I'm just letting it go. Safe on trim, safe on plastic, safe on paint, safe on glass.
Yep.
All of the above.
All of the above.
You could just do 1 pass. You could do 2. 2 feels like the safer, more redundant. I'm doing it right way, but all you got to do is get this on the paint and then buff it to a nice dry shine, and I'm pretty sure that's all you need of it.
That's all we need. It's a very, very simple way of doing it. And it's fun. We get to play with toys.
Yeah, I would say the leading edge, most important headline here is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I love applying stuff with toys. With tools, you just feel like you're like doing something special, something professional. It's probably better if I have a tool in my hand, I don't know.
Doing the windows as well. Now, one advantage of this tool over yours all proprietary batteries. You'll notice the battery that's on here is from our DIY detail polishers. So it's a Makita style battery with a 6-inch pad. I can get in behind the door handle.
Is there any benefit to the classic Ivan thing, like let it dry a little bit on the surface, or just kind of wipe and then it's just wipe as soon as you're done?
Well, NV ceramic sealant, you definitely don't want to let it dry too long on the surface because it can be like concrete.
As it sets up, yeah.
But then as soon as you wipe it, it is so slick. So I'm polishing here, I got a bit of water, not a concern. I'm not stressed out about it. And that's why I left this till last, because I knew if anywhere there'd be water, it would be back here. I'm gonna refold my towel, because a bunched up towel never works right.
Can I share what's working really well for me in the wipe off now?
Yeah.
Ivan's like, I'm using half a spray, so I tried it. This is the method. I'm gonna waste a little product, which might be sacrilegious to the detailing people, but I'm doing one of these, where I just get a little bit on the pad. For whatever reason, and then instead of trying to actually polish, I'm surfing. I'm surfing on the paint. I'm just applying. Earlier I was doing this. I'm surfing on the paint. I'm gliding on the paint. I'm gonna do my 2 passes. I'm gonna do my 2, don't worry. I'm surfing. Okay, I'm surfing up here. I can actually see there's product going on the paint, which I couldn't on white. I was like, is it even working? Look at it, it's evaporating into the paint. Surfing, bada bing, bada boom. Turning off the machine. Just hoping that it's gonna be as easy as, oh yeah, see? And that's where it got easier. I was doing 1 spray.
Right.
All I needed was like a half.
Now, instead of spraying into the air and wasting product,
Okay, Ivan.
I just do a half spray like this. You
Nah,
just don't have to pull the trigger all the way to the end.
I just wanted to see what a half spray looked like. But that makes a lot of sense to me.
As Nick is finishing up on the roof, I'm just gonna go around. A little spray of envy in the door jambs.
Is the detail complete without door jambs, Ivan?
Not necessarily.
If it's your car, do what you want, but I think customers expect clean door jambs, whether it's an interior or exterior.
Yeah.
They just want door jambs clean.
I think it's one of the things that differentiates a detail from a car wash.
Ooh, the paint has a slickness to it now. I know we didn't lay down a ceramic coating, but we just about went all the way. Ivan, if they're ready now, they have the foray into the protection, and they're like, well, what else can I do? Can I lay down a 3 or 5 or 8 year coating that means I'm gonna have chemical resistance and ease of clean? And if so, I'd like to learn more. Where should they go?
This should go right here.
And they should not drop their towel.